So I can see the people are joining now. So we'll wait for 2 to 3 minutes for other participants and viewers to join. So hello and welcome all of you who have joined us from different parts of the world. So I'm Shivali Pachori. I'm working as a privacy business analyst in Ziroh Labs. And I welcome you all for Ziroh Labs' very first session of Privacy Talks. So we are excited to have you all there. And thank you for taking out time to join us today, even on a weekend. So did you know that around 86 million Indians had their personal information stolen last year, which is around four-fold rise from 2020. So in next 50 minutes, you'll be learning a lot about how we are exposing our private life online and few tricks from the expert, how we can tackle all of it. So if you guys have any question, you can drop down in the chat box. At the end of the session, we will answer them. So let's get some insight secret about this from someone who's been working there and who's been here and working day in and day out for the privacy of everyone. I welcome Igneta DSouza, who is privacy engineering lead at Ziroh Labs, to take over the session. Over to you, Igneta.
Thank you, Shivali. Good morning, all, and thank you for joining this session. I have two parts to my life. One is my public life, and the other one is my private. My public life is known to everybody. My friends know it, my colleagues know it, my relatives know it, my far relatives know it. It's a basic information like my name, where do I work, where do I stay, what's my address, and probably they also have my phone number. There's another part to my life which is very, very private, and it's known only to me. And a very small circle of people know about this. Maybe my life partner, or maybe my very, very close friends, or maybe my parents. And I do not want this, my very, very private life, to be exposed and known to everybody. This does not apply to our offline life alone. This logic applies to our online life as well. I'm a very private person, even online as well. But I do use technology. I do go out and meet people. I do go out and explore. So when I go to a shop for, let's say I want to shop for clothes, and I go to the bill desk. And the first thing that the person at the bill desk asks me is, ma'am, can I have your phone number? And I give my phone number. And he says, because I have to send you the receipt to your, as an SMS to your number, I need your phone number. Then he says, can I have your name as well? So I give my name. I move forward. Then there's another person, a lady comes and says, ma'am, do you have a store card? I say, what is it for? You get points and you can avail discounts. And it's free. You don't have to pay anything. And this seems very interesting. Okay, let me see the form. What does it ask? Okay, I have to just fill in very basic information of mine, my name, maybe my phone, so that they give me some discounts on my birthday, my interest, what kind of fashion I like, or probably my location as well, because based on which location store I've purchased. I then go to a supermarket. I buy few more things. I do an UPI payment. I don't have to carry wallet anymore. I go forward. I like to drink wine tonight. Let me go to a local bar and purchase a wine bottle. I swipe my card over there. I go to a furniture store or an electronics store and swipe my credit card. I also get few discounts over there because based on my credit cards used. I also do shopping online. I buy things on Amazon. They get it delivered on my doorstep. It's very convenient. I have an Android phone. I track my medications using my mobile app. It's very easy. I don't have to remember things. It reminds me. Very convenient. I don't even have to visit doctor's clinic these days. I have an app for that. Register. The app is free. I just have to pay the doctor's consultation fees. I can interact with the doctor. I can have a video chat with the doctor. And I can also follow up on my medications with the doctor. I can even read about my illness online. Dr. Google knows everything. I have a car, and it's for me, it's very easy to drive to any location, thanks to Google Maps. I'm still in touch with my school friends and my college friends, and my family is staying abroad. All this is done using social media platforms. I love to click a lot of pictures, my family photos, the places that I visit. And I'm always excited to share it with my friends by just click of a button. Facebook quiz is very interesting to me. I'm curious to know which Disney princess I am. Very, very convenient, isn't it? So let me tell you, if you have done any of these things so far, you have already left traces about you and your private life online. Your private life is exposed. So what are the information that we are talking about here? So we start with the very basic information of us, our name, our age, gender, weight, height, my religion, my ethnicity. So what's big deal? I have given this information willingly at the clothing store outlet, at the local supermarket, on the Amazon website. So what? I have been doing this for many years. I haven't faced any issues from this data. It's a basic information. My people know it. It's part of my public profile as well. And that's okay with me. But let's think more about our information. Let's go a step ahead and see what other information are attached to us. Our phone number, which is very unique to us, our address, where we stay, our date of birth. Date of birth is a very critical information that we don't realize, but there are a lot of services and sites where date of birth is part of your password or part of your authentication system. My profession, what kind of job I'm in, how is my career growth, my location, where do I stay, what places I visit, my social security number or my Aadhaar number. This uniquely defines me. My medical history, I visited a hospital and I have created a patient record in the hospital and it's stored over there. My bank account, the transactions I've done for so many years. My credit card number, the things that I've purchased on this number, or maybe my criminal records, my land registry, the properties that I own. So these are the informations that I have given willingly, trusting on these service providers. For example, the hospitals, the bank, and it comes with the terms and conditions and privacy policies in place. The service provider has promised or agreed not to disclose your personal information, which we also call it as PII, personal identifiable information, with third parties. Hospitals pledge not to reveal patient information. Then how is my data getting exposed? So here comes the data breaches or data hacks. All of these sensitive information or the public records that we have given, placing trust with our service providers, are being hacked, are being breached, and are being sold. All of these informations are sold in dark web for a very, very cheap price. And that's the value given to our very sensitive information about us. The information like our education records, our medical bills, the medications prescribed by the doctors, our employment records, the legal documents that we have, the transactions that we have done, our credit card history, our location, places visited, family pictures, and our very private photos that are sent to cloud. Now, everything of this information is floating on the internet. So starting from the basic information, now we have moved towards our public information, and the entire set is there on the internet. This bothers me slightly. Now, does it stop here? Absolutely not. Now, there are a set of information that defines us very, very private. Even our best friends do not know. Let's start from the very basic information like food habits. Our parents know our food habits, our family knows our food habits, our lifestyle. Marital status, are you a divorcee? Are you a single parent? Shopping trends. Do you shop at a small store or do you shop at a branded store? Your family status. Is your family well off, poor, middle class? How do you handle your stress levels? What are the medications that you take? Do you have any ailments? What are your weaknesses? Are you undergoing a depression recently? Your personal opinions, your political views. How about your past relationships that you had? Your addictions? Do you gamble online? How about fantasies? Do you have any history of genetic problem? What about your sexual orientation? Are you an introvert? Do you have any phobias? Your social awkwardness? Or maybe even your psychiatric problem? Now, these are the very, very sensitive information and a very, very, very private information that only I and only me know about it. I haven't given this information to anybody. I have not put it online. I have not filled in any forms. I have not expressed it to anyone. And I believe this information is only with me and it's not known to anybody, right? But we are absolutely wrong. Here comes the digital footprint. So digital footprint is nothing but the traces of your online activities, everything that you do online, every web page that you visit, every news that you read, every apps that you download, and everything that you see or click on the website. Maybe your online shopping, maybe the ads that you have clicked so far, the time that you have spent on each post, and even the personality space that you have taken online. All of this information is gathered, and this becomes your online footprint. And on this online footprint, your profile is built. And this footprint grows every day, every hour, every minute, every scroll you do, and every second you spend on internet. Your Facebook likes explain about your political affiliations. Your purchase history can tell you how old you are, what fashion you like, what are your interests, are you planning to lose weight, are you going to gym? Your frequent location can say where you work, where you live, where you have visited. Your credit score can talk about the current income that you receive and the debts that you have. Your contact list can give information on what kind of friends you have and what is your relationship with the friends. What are your business plans? What are your career plans? And your internet history can talk a lot about you as an individual and about your private life. All the behaviors that you do online, every button you click is logged. Now, all of this data is collected, it is aggregated, and it is sold. A profile of yours is created online and is being used by various people. Now, who are these people that are really interested in your data and that to this kind of private data? So they are called as data brokers. So data brokers are a set of companies that collect, they aggregate, and they trade your data online. It's not a small business. It's a business where they make profit by selling your data. And it's a $200 billion industry. They organize data based on the characteristics of individuals. And it is estimated that 1.7 MB of data was created for each person every second in 2020, which accumulates to 53 terabytes of data per year per person. And most of this data is used for marketing campaigns to send you ads that you might be interested in so that they can sell their business. But it is not definitely limited to it. Apart from offline information, data brokers also collect your online information, as I said before. Your web browsing history, your shopping history, your public records. And all of this data is put together and a profile is built. And then they proceed and sell it to the companies that are interested to sell products to you. They also sell this information to other data brokers. So now there is a web of data brokers who keep exchanging your data, who keep analyzing your data, who keep building your profiles and keep selling it. And they are bidding on our data and they are making money. More the information that you give, the more profit they make. So here are some of the data brokers that we could list out. And there are hundreds of them. So now how do these data brokers operate, and what kind of data brokers that are there? The first type is marketing data brokers. So they are basically interested in very low sensitive information about you, maybe your age, the lifestyle, your hobbies, your profession. Their main goal is to sell companies your data so that companies can target you with their ads and make profit from it. Then there are financial information brokers. So idea over here is they are only interested to know how you handle money. They might want to know where you live, what location you live, what is your salary, what is your loan, what is the status of your credit cards, and how you manage your money. They sell this information to the insurance company. Now your premium depends on your online activities. Then we have health information data brokers. These data brokers are mainly interested in your health kind of information, the pharmaceutical receipts that you have, your consultation history with the doctors, again, the location you live in, the hospitals you visit, the number of visits that you have made, the clinics that you have visited. Do you go to gym? Do you maintain your health? They also get information from your social media posts. Are you not feeling well today? Are you feeling better today? Are you anxious? Are you depressed? And they also gather information from your fitness apps. How much of exercise do you do? And they package this information and then they sell it to health insurance companies. And based on this information, your premiums are decided. Then there's another category of data brokers, people search. These data brokers collect information like your date of birth, your court proceedings, your marriage certificate, the home ownership, probably the death certificates. And they also collect information from other data brokers, like your social media accounts, the transactions that you have done, your public records, and they package them and they sell it to the users for money. So there are several sites where you can just input your email ID as an input and find your social media accounts, yours or your friend's social media accounts, and many other information or the services they have signed up for. Now, all of this information about us is gathered and it is sold, and they have made a business out of it. What do we get? Are we being paid? Do we know what information is collected? Do we have a transparency over here? Definitely not. Every time you visit a website, you will see a pop-up that comes up and says, you can accept all cookies or you can manage cookies. Now, these cookies are nothing but the trackers, which are implanted on your web browser. There are basically two kinds of data brokers over here. One is first party and third party. The first party data brokers are the ones that are providing service to you or have direct relationship with you. And third party data brokers are those which pay money to the first party and ask your information. They have nothing to do with you. You are not using their services. You do not even know who they are. But every time you say accept all cookies, you are giving consent to third party brokers as well, including the first party, that all of your information that you're going to enter, all of your online behavior the clicks that you do, everything can get recorded and used by the hundreds and thousands of companies. Now, yes, we know that they are using our information, they have our records, and they have made a business out of it. But is it legal? Are they doing it legally? Unfortunately, yes. They operate in full accordance with the law, especially if a country doesn't have a very strict data privacy laws. And most of the time, the consent is given by us because of our ignorance. We have agreed to the terms and conditions when we signed up. Did we read them? No. We accepted cookies on the web because it was easy, just with a click of a button, instead of saying manage cookies and select what you want to share. We give consent to share when we sign up. And our social media pages are public. But there are laws that want to protect data, but they also have a loophole. So GDPR restrictions and data protection law, it states that users have the right to know how their personal information is used or processed or being stored. However, companies turn these regulations in their favor. The advantage that they take is our ignorance. We pay very, very less attention to what checkboxes we tick when we sign up. We pay very, very less attention to what are the terms and conditions they have mentioned. And who will read the privacy policy? It is too long. So what is the value of a digital data? Like I said, data brokerage is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The price tag per email address is around $89. And the price tag that's attached to your social media accounts is $8. A US digital advertising company makes $35 per month from the data of a single user. So more the data you give, more the profit. It's a jackpot for the data brokers. So now the question is, do we really have a solution for it? Our data is already collected, it is being stored, it is being processed, and it is being traded online. What can we do about it now? We can start with small baby steps. And the first step would start from us. Provide very, very little information and only necessary information that is required when you go to an offline shop. Ask them, is the phone number really required? Do you need to know my name? When they give out a form, ask, where is this data going? How is it being used? Is every field mandatory to be filled? Limit your information that you share on your social media. You don't have to tell about your private life to everyone. Know who is viewing your data. Know who has access to your data. All of the social media apps have privacy settings button in the profile page. It's always good to go and check out what are the default options that are set for you when you sign up. See that you restrict your information to only set of people that you know. Always be careful of what you click on the websites. Some links are very interesting. You have links like, congratulations, you have won a lottery. it looks very interesting and it looks tempted that we want to go and click and see what we get. Or sometimes we receive a message which says Amazon is giving out offers, where we have to go and enter all our personal details. And then at the end, it says, share it to another 15 people on WhatsApp. Be careful of what you click. Be wary of the spam emails. Again, the spam emails you'll receive saying, big congratulations, you have won money. Nobody gives you money for free. Always when you use a web app or a website, see that the URL has HTTPS and not HTTP, which means that it is secure. Always know what apps you're downloading from on your mobile phone, what kind of apps, these apps belong to what company, and from where you download. Do not click on random links on your mobile apps. If you have a Google account, you can turn off your ad personalization so that you are no more tracked of what interest or what sites you visit. Do not click on accept all for the cookies. Make an effort to go and say manage cookies and do your settings over there where you give very limited permission for the website to collect your data. Stay away from public Wi-Fi. They are open and anybody connected to that Wi-Fi can read your data. Do not use public storages to store your private information. Your Photos app on your mobile phone can sync up your private photos to the cloud. Your cloud can see your photos. It can analyze your photos and it can tag you. It's always good to use private browser. And always go and review your apps on your mobile phone, what permission they hold. Do they have permission to see your location? Do they have permission to read your storages? Thank you. Over to you, Shivani.
Yeah, Igneta. So I hope all of you have enjoyed the session and learned new insight about how to protect the digital privacy and how much it is important for us, even not knowing we are leaving it out there open online uh, for everyone to look at it. So we can proceed further with a question answer session. So you can drop the question that you have in the chat box. So I saw one question for you, Igneta. I'll read it out to you. Biju wrote, I see ads for things even when I use incognito mode. Is there a way we can be really private?
Exactly. So there's no solution, there's no complete solution where you can interact with the internet or the online services completely in a private way. The reason being, you're always connected to the internet over an IP address that uniquely defines your system. And that is one way to track us. Now, when it comes to data privacy, there are basically two solutions for it. One, you protect the data using the boundary security technologies. And second, to protect the data itself. Now, the solution to this problem, where my data is flowing from my personal system and it is going over the network through the internet, the only way to solve this problem would be to implement an encryption where I have control over how my data is getting encrypted and over the encryption keys. The incognito mode in browser is not really private. So what it does is it hides some of our information, like maybe I do not sign in using my personal username, my IDs are not collected, but it still has some information from where I'm connected to the internet, from which location, my geography, and my IP address. There's one question that says we have to give our data to some company, but we don't know our data is safe with them or not. How to handle this? Now, again, it's a larger problem which cannot be solved in one day or by one person. The companies that collect our data has to implement such a technology or has to take responsibility of the user's data, where it is stored completely in an encrypted form, because I feel that's the best way to uh, uh, protect the data. What we can do is only raise our concerns and raise our voice and ask the service provider how my data is being protected and ask for the privacy.
Guys, do you have any more questions? You can drop off the question that you have regarding the session and the chat box. So Igneta, there are a few questions that I can see on the chat box. You can cover them up. So first question is by Bhima. He asked, isn't data breach illegal?
Yeah, so data breaches are illegal, definitely. And now, because of the laws like GDPR, when a data breach happens in a company, the company is supposed to come out and uh, uh, say that what kind of data has been breached, how much of data has been breached. They're entitled to do this. And definitely, yeah, the data breaches definitely have effects on our professional life. Like when you, let's say that you want to join a company for an employment, and let's say that company buys data or has data about you on what kind of person you are, how well you handle your stress. So the companies can decide whether a particular job has to be given to you or not based on the data that they receive.
Igneta, Biju asked, will I ever come to know if I was a part of a breach?
Yeah, so there is a web page called as Have I Been Pawned, where you can just go and put your email address, and it will show a set of list of data breaches if your email ID was compromised during that point. And many a times the service providers send you an email saying, please reset your password, and it's always good to go and reset your password immediately. And that is because there might have been a data breach and your passwords might have been compromised.
So now we are coming to, so.
Have I been pawned is the website.
So we are coming near to the end of this session. If you still have few questions, you can drop them off in the chat box. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. And thank you so much, Igneta, for sharing your wise knowledge that you shared with us all. And we'll end this session now. This is Shivali signing off now, and see you all in our next privacy talk.
Thank you, Shivali.
Thank you, Igneta. Thank you, everyone.